Okay, you are now live, and we've had another technical difficulty, but we're live.
I'm having one of those days where nothing goes how I planned. There we go. Things I'm going through, nobody really understands. Well, I've been kicked, well, I've been down, but I live to fight another round. Yeah, I stood my ground, and I'm stronger now. Well, I keep fighting, I won't be silent. So many chapters in my life that still need writing. I just keep driving, keep my eyes on the horizon, knowing soon I'm gonna find that silver lining. 'Cause like Daniel and the lions, David and Goliath, the devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. Well, I'm surviving. Have you ever been forgotten about or left behind? You wanted to run, decided to stand and fight. You played the fool, you've been abused.
Run it off the table, right here. Just run it off the table.
But I hate to lose.
What's
I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Put some water on the bottom of this first.
I won't be silent. So many chapters in my life that still need writing.
Put some water on the bottom. Right here. Water right now. No time to talk. Is there a magnet on the back of this? Magnet? Let's see. Hold it, just hold it. I'll get off here. Keep your hand on it. Hold up, I'll be here. The devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. Well, I'm surviving. Well, welcome to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting started here, and we're just ironing out some bugs. One is Nick's camera keeps falling down, but we have two special guests in the winds, and we're going to be bringing them in a minute. But in the meantime, we're going to start at 6, and it's still 5:55, so we still got a little time.
There.
So I'd like you to hold this.
We're good. We're good.
We're good.
We MacGyvered it again.
I tell you, we got lots going on the Ruddi Bruce broadcast today. So I want you all to tune in, stay tuned, and we'll be starting in a few minutes, or I'll be starting in a few minutes. And share, guys. Share, because we gotta let them know.
When you're ready to rise up, you'll rise up. All the power you need is in your hands. Now look around you. Our financial systems have been hijacked by a generation of thieves. While you're working harder and harder for less and less, the game is being rigged against you. They're turning all of us into virtual slaves. Looters, at the heart of our financial system, are price-fixing our most precious resources. Food, water, energy, gold, even the value of money itself is being siphoned away by high-level crooks in a giant mushrooming conspiracy of unstoppable corruption. They're robbing billions of people of trillions of dollars a year, folks. There is no need for austerity measures. There is no need for financial suffering. No need for poverty. There is no scarcity. We are simply the victims of a robbery of unimaginable proportions. We have been fed a lie so vast it oppresses all of humanity. The truth is, there is more than enough to go around. 60 years ago, productivity was increasing so fast, they predicted by today, entire families could live comfortably on the income of just one provider, working only 10 hours a week. They wondered what we'd do with all of our spare time. What happened to that dream? Turns out they were right. What took a full work week back then can be done in just 10 hours today. We have technologies that multiply our efforts 1,000-fold and connect us in ways they never imagined. We are now 100 times richer than in that great heyday of the 50s. We are heirs to a great bounty of prosperity. 70 trillion in the U.S. alone. Over $200,000 for every man, woman, and child. The only reason we don't experience this wealth is because it's being siphoned away by a corrupt criminal class. They loot through giant corporations, raising prices, lowering wages, stealing the fruits of our productivity. Where once whole families prospered with just one provider, now both parents work, delivering 8 times the productivity but struggling to make ends meet. They control the media using hot-button social issues to divide us, brother against brother, so we fight each other while they loot our sacred institutions. They make us fear too big to fail banks collapsing. But if they did, we'd suddenly recover the 8 times our income that's being siphoned away every single day. Don't give yourselves to these crooks who abuse you and enslave you, who steal your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel. Let us burn these leeches off our backs. Let us replace the corrupt systems with better systems that benefit everyone. Let us reclaim the fruits of our productivity. Let us share our prosperity. We can do this now. We are the creators. And when we come together, we have the power to create whatever future we want.
Whoa. Sorry about that. Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so now it is 5:59. We're gonna get ready here. We're gonna get started. I got 2 guests in the wings you're gonna hear from. One is Wayne Muzica, and Jane Scarf is on the line and in the background, and we will be bringing them in shortly. For those of you that have just tuned into the broadcast, I want to welcome you to the Ruddi Bruce broadcast. I don't do this very often, okay? Because in my opinion, like, our country's in trouble and you should be fucking tuned in because this is what's going on. Saving our country. That's what this broadcast is about. It's always been and is always going to be. So, I dig for the root of the solution, and I've got a solution for you. I hope you're all going to tune in, and spread this out because we got to get this out there. Okay, now on Facebook, you find me. I believe. Let's get this figured out here. Where am I? Okay, I'm live on my page. Oh shit. Here. No, let's go back here. Has anyone found me on Facebook yet? No. Just a minute. I'm looking for it. Give me a momento. It's okay. Now wait a minute. Now where is it? Where is it? Wait, I figured it out. Hold on.
Oh, there you are. Right there.
Yeah, there I was.
Yeah, there you are.
Right there. Right there. Okay, share that. And I see there's 2 viewers here, 3 viewers, 3 on one. I don't know why. Oh, 3 on Nick's page.
You know how that lies to us, though.
Okay, we've got what we've got going on here is we've got 4 different things going on. Okay, one is YouTube, one is Facebook, one is X, and now we've got Nick's camera going on here. So we're trying to just have a feel for where everybody is. Now, I shared this out. People should be able to get it. And I'm going to share it in the group, the Ruddi Bruce broadcast group, and a few others here while we're going on. So let's focus on getting out this message. A lot of posting was handed out over this broadcast and what it is about. And I'm going to have Jane Scarf come in, and I'm going to have Wayne come in, and they are going to tell you the legal end of this, okay, the law of this, okay, as it stands in Canada. Now let me try and bring what happened. Where okay, add stage. There we go. Add to stage. So we should be getting everybody now, right? We've
We're all
got
here.
Wayne, we've got Jane, and we've got me, of course. Hi guys. It's hot out there. Believe me, it's hot outside, and this is a very important message. Now, okay, so we got this shared out, Len, and we can't just hold this up because we can spread this whole video out. I'm not worried about that. Okay. So let's start out with you, Jane. Where's the beginning of this? Where is the start of this? Like the research behind it? Wait a minute. Your mic isn't on. Jane, is your mic on? Wait. No. Try that again. Hit that button again. There. Try. Oh no. Go back again. No. You've got to find where's your. I can hear Wayne. Wayne, I can hear you, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Where's the on and off mic button for Jane
It's
Scarf?
on the bottom left-hand corner, Jane.
Bottom left-hand corner, Jane. You should be able to find it. You hit something where you've got 2. I see you're on another, and I've got this one. What is this one? Okay, I'm going to kick that one. There. Now
I still
we've
can't
got
hear
just
you.
Jane. Okay. Now, Jane, try to find your mic button, or just go back out and come back in
I
again.
did.
There you
Oh,
are.
there we go.
We
There we
got
go.
you.
Okay.
We got you
I'm
now.
in?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're in.
good.
Okay,
Okay,
we're good to go.
good.
Now, my question before
Okay.
was the start of all of this research was, and go ahead, take it away.
Okay, just a minute. My stupid thing is coming down on me there. Just a second. I think it's good now. Okay. For me, the beginning, as far as my understanding, um, the move or the shift towards communism started in the 60s with Pierre Elliott Trudeau.
Okay.
And I'm 71, so I was around, and
Yeah,
I've been
me
around
too.
the block many times. And first thing that I'm aware of that he did, the first major step was he removed civics courses from all levels of school education, elementary, high school, university. And the study of civics is the study of your rights and your obligations in society. So he didn't want us to understand common law, Bill of Rights, inalienable rights, all that stuff, and our rule of law. We've got a beautiful rule of law that took 800 years to develop, and it's got really strong, firm principles, equality, primary responsibility of government is to recognize and protect.
Just on fan, though, not on air conditioning. Sorry, okay. Jane, sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
Is to protect your rights and all that stuff. Well, he didn't want us to know all that. My friend V. Gandhi has a master's degree in political science, and he didn't get 1 minute of common law or Bill of Rights or anything. Somehow they supposedly gave the whole history of our political system without giving the main substance of our political, or the main formation of our political system. So there's where he starts. He starts to try to create several generations of ignorant people, and they plan ahead, So then
they're planning. They got something in the works.
Yeah. So the second major thing, he did all kinds of other things too, but the next major thing he did was the Charter of Rights and Freedom, because what that did is a number of things, and I think we even got some more things to come with that piece of shit. He puts in Section 1 that you have guaranteed rights unless they think there's a good enough reason to override them. And so far we've seen a pandemic pulled
that was in Section 1 of the Charter, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And they've so far they've decided that pandemic that they pulled out of their ass was a good enough reason to violate.
Yeah, isn't that sweet, eh? So we got the first taste of the tyrannical bullshit that they plan to stick us with. We got a real good taste of it.
Yeah. And then the convoy, because they pulled an emergency out of their ass and called an emergency, which the federal court, thank God, found there was no grounds for that emergency to be called. So that's at least giving some measure of integrity in our system. But there's more that they're on about. I think that pretty much there was 2 attempts already to take over the country officially, get a control of the country. The first one was through the public health system. And I think because of a lot of work that we did, we challenged all kinds of elements of that, and many successes with the Bill of Rights primarily. The police did not cooperate. The police refused to do the stay-home orders in Ontario. And I believe they did that based on the Bill of Rights. Because the charter, if we only had the charter, then the government could have went to court and immediately got an injunction forcing the police, okay? But because they had the Bill of Rights that doesn't give the government any leeway, they could say, hey, we're not doing that. And so they didn't do it. And we had sent a letter. I had a law student, and it took us a month to send to a fax, to an email when we couldn't get a fax, to all the chiefs of police, commissioners, all of that from regional, provincial, and RCMP, saying to them, are you going to implement the stay-home orders? And if so, by what authority do you have to override the Bill of Rights? So I did get 3 responses. I got one from Peel County that said, we're not going to do it because we obey all the laws. Okay, so they were recognizing the Bill of Rights there. Then the OPP, who are much more compromised, they gave me a letter saying, we are going to do the stay-home orders and we won't be violating the charter. But I didn't ask them about the charter, and who gives a shit? It's easy for them.
You're asking about the Bill of Rights.
Exactly.
There's 2 different documents here, okay?
Yeah, so
we're talking about
exactly. And then the RCMP gave me a letter saying that they're not going to be implementing the stay-home orders because it's not within their jurisdiction. So when it all played out, the regional police didn't do it. Bless their heart. They were supposed to, by this law, stop everyone on the street, whether you're walking or driving, demand your ID, which is illegal in Canada when you haven't done anything wrong, demand to know where you're going, give you a huge fine if you're going to someplace non-essential, order you to return home, and arrest you if you refuse to return home. And they didn't do it. Regional police didn't do it. Thank freaking God. And then OPP did it for a couple of weeks, but I think that because the regional police was not doing it, they just couldn't pull it off, and they ended up going, okay, fuck it, and they stopped doing it. And RCMP never did it. So that was one big wrench in their plan, monkey wrench in their plan. And other, we had some successful court processes where we were challenging these COVID actions. And for example, Kelly Hale had 10 charges. He's the guy with the bar that they took his bar because he wouldn't do the back pass. Yeah.
What was the name of the bar? I forget the name.
Jack Tuesdays.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
in the Jack end, Tuesdays. He won all his stuff.
Yeah, he had 10 charges. Well, he didn't win all his stuff because freaking public health kicked shit out of him. They got an injunction to close his place down, and then he lost the business and all that. But at the end of the day, he beat all the fucking bylaw that they gave him 10 bylaw tickets, 9 related to COVID and 1 unrelated. And then they took his liquor license because they said he broke the law. Well, he didn't even have a fucking trial. Sorry for swearing, but
no, that's okay. Shit,
yeah. Okay.
Let it rip.
Yeah, okay.
Let it rip. You're on the Ruddi Bruce broadcast. No problem.
Okay, good. So then they took his business license, and they ended up destroying his business. It got taken over. And then once he got to trial, he beat all the COVID tickets. They dropped them off. So all of that stuff, so he can sue them. But it's still a victory. You know what I mean? And
it's a big inconvenience. Yeah. It's like, holy shit. This is a turning in my plans of life.
Exactly.
So Wayne,
we had other victories too, Dave.
Yeah, hang on, Jane.
Yeah.
Wayne, what's your take on a few things here? Because I have you in the winds, and I want you to say something. I mean,
there's no worries. Jane's really good at elaborating at the better details than I am, but she is true. We have many wins. We got Norman Blanchfield, I believe, isn't it, Jane, that won with free speech?
Yes, and Byron.
And Byron Carr. And there's been quite a few wins, actually.
Yeah.
So, and the biggest one was Judge Mosley's ruling that the Emergency Act was constitutional, a violation of our Constitution, and it violated our rights under the bill. So
let's get back to something here now. You just touched the nail on the head as to the advertising we just posted the last couple of days, and that is Trudeau for treason. Okay, now we call it a petition, but in a lot of ways, people think petitions don't do shit. Okay, so what we're going to do is explain what this petition is. First of all, who wants to take a crack at that?
I can start, and then Wayne can go.
No, go ahead,
Jane. You got the floor.
Okay. Most petitions, whoever is presenting it is whining, begging, bitching. Okay, and this one is doing none of that. This one is giving consent to the Conservatives to arrest the traitors, because the Conservatives have confirmed publicly that they have the evidence that there's treason. They have the names of the traitors, and we know they have the power. But in order for them to exercise that power, they need our consent. And I'll explain why. It's because the people have elected Trudeau to be in his position as Prime Minister. So they, being the lower magistrates, can't just jump in and remove him from power and arrest him. They need to know that we agree with it. So this petition says, yes, we consent for the lower officials, they call it, the word for it is the lower magistrates, which is the Conservative
power.
Yeah. So we're giving them, in this petition, when you sign it, you're signing it as a member of the sovereign. Like all of the people in a democracy are the sovereign. So I'm sovereign, you're sovereign, everybody in our democracy is sovereign. So we call it sovereigns petition. So showing who has the power. We do. The people have the power.
Okay.
And so we're consenting for these representatives to remove him from the prime minister's position and charge him and anybody else that's associated with this.
Well, yeah, connected to the crime.
Yeah.
Accessories.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Just to quickly.
Sure, go ahead, shoot.
You can get the petition at trudeaufortreason.com, and there's a link there, and it brings you right to it. And it takes.
How many have signed this petition already?
2,800, and I think it's 83.
Okay, well, we're going to push that number a lot higher.
Yeah, we need a lot more.
Okay, Wayne, go ahead, shoot.
This is our first broadcast, too, by the way. This is our first broadcast about the petition. So,
well, you picked the right show to do it.
Exactly.
True Blue. I mean, I got all kinds of time and money. I mean, what the fuck?
And True Blue.
Did you see the outfit? Did you see me post about the outfit just a little while before the show?
About the petition?
No, about all the motorhome and the trailer and the van and
no,
everything. No, we got the signs out. We got the flags out.
Right on. Good.
Next thing we'll have out is the cops.
Yeah. Well, what I'll give you is I can send you a copy of the flyer we have for the petition, and there's a QR code, so people can just go up with their phone and poof. And it doesn't.
Okay, let's get this stuff out there. Yeah. Wayne, what is your take on that end?
Well, like I said on Wednesday, let's do some history on petitions. 99% of petitions fail. And the main reason, the root cause, is lack of participation.
That's right.
And people don't know, or could get lazy or whatever, or I don't have the time. But that's why 90% of them fail, or 99% fail. And that's why we're not. And those were, like Jane said, there are petitions, people begging for something or whining. This is the first of its kind in Canada. We're giving our elected officials consent to go do their duty, and they have an obligation to do that duty, and that's to arrest our prime minister.
Because they're supposed to be working for the people, technically.
Yeah, there are buddies, like there are
civil
servants.
Let's pull them out of the shadows.
Yeah.
And into the light to explain to them that we pay their friggin' wages to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they get paid half of it.
I did a video today, and I also warned, you're going to like this, Rudy. You heard of Yuri Bezmenov? He was a KGB defector in the 80s. He said that
rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, it's still on Google. If your viewers want to go see his statements, he tells you the tactics of the communists, how they take over the country, and the stages that they do. But he said one thing very clearly. He said the first thing that the communists do when they come into full power, is they gather up all the little rats that help them get in. Sellouts, the little fucking
the collaborators.
Exactly. And they line them up. They don't charge them and bring them to court. They line them against the wall and firing squad.
Wow.
So let them think about that when they're leading us all down the garden trail there, because they think
time for the bullshit to end. Okay.
Yeah, they think
and
nice little
I'm stepping up the game. We got a mobile outfit here in Saskatoon right now, and if we don't get support, I got backup to go back on the road trucking. Okay. I've got another lead to another truck for Nick, last name.
Me? Iwanchuk.
Fuck. I can't remember these guys' names. Nick is around. He's helping out.
I'm back in my home province, Saskatchewan, where I went to jail for knocking on Premier.
And I've taken him under my wing because he can help out with a lot of shit. And believe me, he's helped out with a lot of shit. I'm 64. Okay, I'm no spring chicken anymore, eh, Wayne?
No.
I don't move very fast anymore, Jane, you must know that too, eh? We're all getting older, right?
Yeah. But I'm getting smarter.
And you know something? There was somebody that said, "Oh, I remember who it was. Elizabeth May. You know Elizabeth May, right?"
That piece of shit. Yeah, I don't
You know what she said publicly? That the baby boomers, literally, quote, were responsible for what the fuck was it? The shit we're in or some fucking thing?
You know what else she said last week? They didn't commit treason. She saw the Endicott report, and there's no evidence of treason.
Wow. That
So,
woman
sorry, but back
makes
to what
me
Jimmy
shake
was
my head. And I mean, the other one, what's her name? Freeland.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Nazi.
Like
She's good
you can
friends. She's
just
good
tell
friends.
they're not like a real Canadian. Okay, these guys are, I don't know what you want to call them. Okay, but they're no friends of mine. Put it that way. Okay, and I'm standing up for this country. You're standing up for this country, Jane. Wayne, you're standing up for this country, and there's a lot of other people ready to stand up for this country. And this is your chance. We are talking about a petition that is, again, Jane called the sovereign petition. What is that wording of it?
Yeah, yeah,
This,
sovereign. Yeah,
that's what it says, the sovereign petition.
yeah, sovereigns, like possession, like sovereigns.
Yeah. And the rest of it?
Petition, sovereigns petition.
That's it. Sovereign's petition.
Yeah.
How simple can you be? Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Sovereign's petition. And what this is pertaining to is to arrest the criminals that are in our government. And they have already compromised our government.
Yeah.
They have done many things. And this is a war, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And we have a lot of casualties on our side. The big problem with this now, I want you to think about this. Trudeau and Biden, I believe, are trying to pull us into a third world war. This is an insane cracker box at the helm of the wheel. Okay. This guy's got to go. Okay. Otherwise, he's going to bring us into a big problem. And we have got to stop procrastinating as Canadians and start getting the fucking job done.
I got something for you, Rudy. That you're
go ahead, Jane. Shoot.
My friend did the math, and we always tell people with this petition that it takes only a minute to sign it, doesn't cost anything, and it's not a risk anymore because there's almost 3,000 signatures. You know, you're nice and safe. But the way to get it to really move is we tell people. Yeah, we tell people sign it, and then tell 2 people, and tell them to tell 2 people.
Yeah. So can we get that link put up in the comments to where to find that petition?
Yeah, we can. But anyways,
let's get that up there in the comments.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying
I want to give people a good idea where to go to get signing on this petition. See, my broadcast is going to hit between 1,000 and 5,000 viewers. Each of those viewers have got to share this out amongst your people. Okay, this is going to have to be a big push this time because this is business. Now we're getting down to some serious fucking shit. Okay. And what we're talking about is arresting the fucking criminals that put us through shit over the last how many years? You look at the homelessness now in Canada, and don't forget, people, there are 4 seasons in this country, and one of them happens to be winter. And we have, I don't know how many homeless now living in tents, and there's going to be more. Okay? There is a big problem in this country. Okay? And if we don't act and fix it, it's going to be an even bigger problem because that's what's happening. They're not going to stop until we stop them. And they have committed crimes. Jane, can you explain the crimes that they've committed, for example?
Okay. I just wanted to finish that little thing I was telling you.
Sure.
If you tell people to sign and then tell 2 people themselves and ask those people to tell 2 people, everyone in Canada in 28 days. 28 days.
Yeah.
That's the math. Everybody would know.
So we gotta push this, people. Yeah. We want to make a big push on this. I want you to understand what this means. We, as the people, the sovereign people of this country, are telling the people in government, what do you call them, members of parliament, MPs, right?
Yep.
The Conservative Party, to have the ability to arrest Trudeau because we're telling them to. They presented the evidence as there are traitors in our government. If that is the case, then these traitors have to be dealt with. They broke the law. If you committed treason in Canada, you broke the law. Now, we have the evidence on top of this petition. Correct, Jane
Yeah.
Scarf?
Yeah. I can explain what the treason was if you want. I can do that quickly.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am. Please do.
okay. It has to do with the Winnipeg lab, where the PIAC, which is Public Health Agency of Canada, hired Chinese scientists to work in the lab and then gave them unfettered, unsupervised access to top secret scientific information. And that information was passed to the Chinese Communist Party. And on top of that, the Liberals took money from the Chinese for their election campaigns. And Parliament has been given firm proof, and they've already judged it as proof of treason, and they have the names, and it's it's out there. And if we just sit back and wait for the white hats to take care of it, that's not gonna fucking happen.
No,
You got to figure out
that's an
what we can
illusion.
do.
Okay, let's get that right now. This is being assertive with our side as far as the people, and the fact that the law in Canada is on our side, always has been.
Yes.
But we have been dumbed down as a society over the years, and we've been asleep at the wheel.
Yes.
And this is how we got to where we're at kind of right now, because we've been
We
sleeping.
don't know. We don't know we're the sovereign. We don't
Right.
know. And we are.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is everybody out there get a quick education and understand that Trudeau has fucked us up royally up the ass and continues to do so. It's up to us, the people, to invoke arresting this criminal. And this is how we're going to do it. Go ahead, Jane. Take it
Okay,
away.
I'll tell you a little story about how we became the sovereign. And it goes back to 1215 when the monarch had all the power and control. The monarch was the state, the king. The barons had enough. They were sick and tired of the king grabbing all the money, all the benefits, and making laws without regard or respect or input from the people. So they got organized, and they went to the king and they said, "You want to remain to be the king? This is the new rules." And it was a charter, a people's charter given to the king. And he was told, you want to continue being the king? Then you sign this. So after he signed it, he promised to respect the articles of the Magna Carta into perpetuity. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in that charter was the provision to turn the sovereignty over to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that is still valid now. And into perpetuity means they can't use legislation to wipe it out. So we have a right to a jury for every case,
Mm-hmm.
every matter. And Trudeau Senior kicked the shit out of the juries. Right, they're almost gone now. In Ontario, there's only juries for if you're because of his charter over 5 years. So 95% of the criminal cases are in the bastard court, the unconstitutional court, where you have no rights in there, no common law, no rights, no juries. They can't even do bail in there. The bail has to bounce up to the Superior Court because they're a lame duck court because they're not constitutional. So other provisions, the actual one that we're talking about today, which is the doctrine of the lesser magistrate, okay? So the lower level officials having a right to go against the upper level. What they wanted that power to be given for is so that tyranny could be monitored and actions could be taken by lower officials if the upper officials started to get tyrannical the way they are now. So
Yeah.
it was the very purpose that was put in there for is needed to happen right now. And that's what the petition is about, is saying, get on it. Get on it, guys.
Yeah, you work for the people.
Yeah. Exactly.
You work for the people, and we're your boss, actually, okay?
Exactly.
If you're getting paid by us to survive, whether you're going to claim it as taxes or whatever the fuck you're going to claim it as, you're getting that money from the public.
Yep.
Okay? The public are voting you in for the governance of this country. However, as it has come to pass, the present government has committed many crimes against the people. And this can't continue to go on. Okay? Remember, we are the payers of this whole bullshit. Okay? It is up to the people to stand up and say, okay, wait a minute. Let's have a good look at what's going on here. We've got a lot of evidence on our side as far as what they did and what they're guilty of. Go ahead, Wayne. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I agree with Jane. And but I want to get back to that communism thing there before we kind of change the subject, is that the people that are engaging involved in this, is that if they are successful, they will be lined up against the wall. And the reason being is that they can't be trusted, because look what they did to their own homeland and their own country. And that's why they'll be put to death, right? They'll be put up against the wall. And that happens regardless, right? If they're successful. People like us will be second or third in line after these politicians that enabled communism.
Well, look at the fact that, okay, Rebel News, for example, had Jagmeet Singh cornered and asking him some questions, and news is news. Okay, Rebel News is Rebel News. You're talking to the public. Rebel News hits a number of people, has a number of viewers, and Jagmeet Singh is right there in front of a camera, and he doesn't want to say shit. Okay, this guy, unless he's in front of a paid media where it's scripted and he's going to look like a rose, that's why he doesn't want to talk to Rebel media, right?
Yeah, on Trudeau for Treason on Wednesday night, we come across one of the smarter people that we have in the group there, 23 bracket 1 of the Criminal Code of Canada, accessory after the fact. So me and Jane were discussing the other morning about if Jagmeet isn't really helping us and he's hindering this process, he's actually an accessory after the fact.
Exactly. That's what I believe as well.
Yeah.
What's your take on that, Jane?
Well, because of that being brought up, that was brought up by one of our participants on Wednesday, Susan. And in thinking about that, we've undertaken another step. Okay, we're not abandoning the petition. We still want to go to pursue action through the lower magistrate or the lesser magistrate. But we're also going to go to the higher magistrate, which is Parliament. Okay, so what we're doing is Conservatives have come out and they've said it's treason, they need to be arrested, blah blah blah. Okay, they all know all the information, whether they had the Endicott report or not doesn't matter. They all have it because all that information was given to Parliament. Okay, so Conservatives are 119 seats, and now Jagmeet Singh is being all like, trying to pretend he's on our side, and he's encouraging Polyev to give the names to the public and all that. So he's trying to make it appear as though the NDP are against the Liberals. So I'm saying that's 119 votes, or not votes, but seats, and therefore votes by the Conservatives, 24 by the NDP. That gives us 143. Okay, so that's short of the upper magistrates being able to make an order against Trudeau because he's got 155. Okay, so we just need 12 more. So we're going to send a letter. I wrote it today. I could read it to you if you like. It's not long. And that letter is going to go to the Bloc and the Green Party and the 3 independents, looking to see if 12 of them will stand up and vote with the Conservatives and the NDP against or vote for an order to arrest, because the Parliament is the highest authority, so they can do that, and they have done it in the past. In 1913, the Parliament arrested somebody for contempt of Parliament, not the police, not the criminal code. The Parliament did it, and so they can do it again. So we only need 12, and that's going to be distributed to all the basically all the MPs that we're doing this, and we're just looking for 12 more. So that would be a different solution. So we have a lower magistrate solution. Oops. I'm back. Okay.
There we go. We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah. So we're, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So we're covering all the bases. So we're going after the lower magistrate and the higher magistrate.
Okay. Well, we got to get this out there, guys. I think this is a pretty straightforward case of let's go after this motherfucker any way we can.
Yep.
Like, no matter what, it's all out there. It's like go time. It's like go time. Okay.
It is go time.
It's like, let's look at this, and this has to work. Okay.
Well,
we got to put the pressure on.
Yeah. I think this last thing that I just talked about is going to put a lot of pressure on the individual MPs, because if they look at that and they think, oh, they only need 12, and then they're going to ask theirs, are you going to vote for it? And if they dodge it, or if they say no,
well, we've got to educate the people in a very fast manner.
Yes.
Because what is the outcome? Like, what if we can't pull this off, for example?
Oh, we will.
Yeah, but just on the outside, what if we can? What is Trudeau and his government trying to do?
If we
put
lose,
it into court somehow?
If we lose, they're in the process of stepping down. Basically, the Parliament is abdicating their authority over to the court. If that occurs, we have no power left. That means the state has all the power and control, and that's communism.
Yes.
Democracy is when we have the power and control. And
right.
They've been working at that, chipping at it, like removing the juries. That was a big whack. Okay. And they're grabbing the guns. Like our three elements of power, or the three tools we have to, control the country: the ballot box, the jury box, and the cartridge box. And you know that the jury box, they got that. They have like half the cartridge box at least. But the police and the military are refusing to pick up the guns, eh? So that's rebellion on our side. So that's
yeah, it shows in a way. It shows, but we got to get our shit together.
Yeah, we got to get
more.
As
the people of the country.
Part. Yeah, and our part is simply give our consent. Open your fucking mouth and say, I agree.
Yeah.
They should be arrested. I agree.
Yeah.
How hard is that? Holy shit. What are they?
Yeah, let's get down to it, because
they're not.
We're not. Canada is not for sale.
No.
First of all, not on my broadcast.
No.
Okay. Shit's happening, and we got to get with it. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to get the word out there, people. We've got to make a stand here.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. Okay.
It is.
Get to the petition. Start signing that petition. Get your friends on that petition. Everything. Go ahead, Jane.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jane.
And it's so quick and easy, right? It's just click, you're done. And there's no risk. There's no,
See, when you started, they're beeping the horns now going by the studio.
Yeah, right on.
Now I'm going to have horns. Listen to this. I'm going to have horns. We put out signs on flags, okay? I'm going to have horns now going up and down the friggin' street here.
Right on. Good.
Well, we have an upside down Canada flag that says Trudeau for treason on it. Your guys' website.
That's what's going to happen. People are starting to beep their friggin' horns here.
Kirk Reese's info was on there, and Don Matheson, our retired RCMP whistleblower, his info was on there. And, because we've been sitting here sweating our bag off for a week, and it's time to get a little...
We've been at it for the last few days in this heat, and I'll tell you, it takes a bit to put all this together. I own it all, and I paid for it all.
Freedom Bob there, when he has his van all done up, like what you're saying, right? And he's talking to police a lot because he's in front of Mona Forche, who's a Liberal MP. He's in front of her office, and she keeps trying to get him removed. And the police come and they won't remove him. And they come out and they talk to him and they say, "Keep up the good work." And they have said,
you're talking about Bob
Yeah.
and Alfie the cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
They've
man,
said-
him and I got history together on the road. I love that guy. I haven't talked to him for a while.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy that we are talking about this because this sounds like a damn good idea.
Yeah,
because it's down to brass tacks. It's down to the wire. Trudeau is an insane motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he's trying to put us into a third world war. I am not going to war with Russia.
No.
Neither's anybody else if you're on my side. I mean, this guy's insane. That's not our war. Okay? And to be trying to pick a war with Putin. Are you nuts? Are you fucking nuts? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
so
we gotta like maintain our own, sovereignty. Okay, that's
exactly. We gotta get rid of this criminal because that's what he is.
Yeah,
and he's broken. I don't know how many laws now. Christ, there's so many to count here, and they're bamboozling us in these committees and bullshit and blah blah blah. And the statistics and the facts are out.
Yeah.
The NCI report, and is it the NCI report? Goes along with this, and lots of other evidence goes along with this petition. The facts are there, Jack. You know, it's time to shit or get off the pot. You're working for the people of Canada, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're gonna have this. We're gonna do it. I know, and I can.
You understand what I'm saying? It's go time, baby.
Yeah.
What do you say, Wayne?
Yeah, it's go time, folks. Let's stand on guard for thee. Let's not forget our national anthem. It's, unless we forget, one of the major things that we got across. In all thy son's command.
Yeah.
And one of the things is there's two things I call it the double A effect. One is we got to acknowledge that we have inalienable rights, and we got to change our attitude that these things are inalienable. They're not supposed to be tampered with. They're not supposed to be infringed upon. You can't give them away. They're yours. You inherited them, and the government's actually afraid of that. We've in the last couple of years, because of the groups that me and Jane are involved in, it's been mentioned in the committees that gun grab is against the Bill of Rights, and it took this little push that Jane's been involved in now, and myself for a couple of years now, and the politicians are actually starting to hey, wait a second, we took an oath.
Exactly.
We can't be tampering with these things, right? And like Jane was saying, it's crunch time because we've only got those 3 boxes.
Exactly.
We don't.
So we got to wise up, Canadians, and we got to get out there and get this job done because I'm doing my friggin' part. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see everybody doing their part. Okay. Somehow put a flag on your car or something. Say I'm awake or some fucking message. Okay. Let them know because this blind thing that people have in their day-to-day world, like they don't know about how many homeless are living in tents or on the street or what's going on with them. Okay. There's a lot of shit going on in Canada and people don't always get it. You know what I mean? So if you don't get it, go look at how many tents you can find getting put up around the cities and stuff like that. How many homeless you have going to your food banks and, look into it if you don't believe me.
Yeah, and
but
also
there's a lot of Canadians hurting.
How many people are being killed also?
Yeah, on top of it all.
15 to 20% excessive deaths.
Yeah.
So
the death count.
The vaccine,
there's more death on our side than there is on their side. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. The MAID program.
How many? What's the count on MAID right now? 200. What is it?
50,000 in Canada and 900 in California, and we're the same size.
Can you believe that fucking shit?
And it's not a peaceful death yet either, like they claim it to be. They tranquilize you with the one drug, and you sit there and drown to death for a half hour to 24 hours.
And you can't do nothing.
It's literally a war crime.
It's a waterboarding for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's another death that they're doing as well. That's the useless eaters. they're not even getting their consent. They're using intubator and keeping them unconscious, and then saying, "Oh, we don't think they have a good quality of life," and then they literally kill them,
Wow.
just like and I was involved in a case right up close to it, and watched them doing that. So I saved him.
Wow.
It took a whole group of us to kick up shit to make him, but he was harmed. He was harmed by it because they had him on the intubator for such a long time.
So the basic bottom line is here, people, if you don't get involved and stand up for your country, you're not going to have what you think is a country.
No.
You're going to have a jail cell, okay, in the open, monitored electronically, and you're going to be fucked
If
because
you're
they're
even
after
alive,
they're after everything.
90%, they're trying to kill 90% of us. 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
90.
Yeah.
And they're
So
well on their
people,
way. They're well
pull
on
your
their
heads
way
out of your asses.
because Gates said it was going to be 15%. He wanted a year for 10 years to get it down to the proper, what he thinks is the proper population. And Canada is above that. We're 15 to 20%.
Yeah. Yeah. So that my point is you don't see it in front of you, but shit is going on in this country. And all I can say is you're going to be next eventually.
Yeah.
So you better pick up your spot as being a sovereign
There's
Canadian.
something that's been very common in Canada. People have been trained, to go in through their life with their head down, do what you're told, and you'll get your rewards. You'll keep your job, you'll get your pension.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen to you. Everything's good. Okay, well, that strategy does not work now because the consequence of doing that is communism, death, slavery, poo. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same reward. And really, I don't even think it was ever beneficial for anybody to do that because they lost their soul, they lost their mind.
Yeah, they did.
It was not good. But they thought, this is what I want. I want my job and I want my pension, blah, blah, blah. So they did what they were told. But now it's not, they're not going to get even that out of it. They're going to get like a total redo of Canada.
Did you hear Elizabeth May's comment a few days ago?
Which one?
About the baby boomers.
Oh yeah, you were saying that a minute ago.
Really? Yeah, about the baby? I mean, really? Where it fall? Are you crazy, lady?
Yeah, I know.
You must be a crazy lady.
She also said there's no treason.
The lady's bananas, okay?
Yeah.
The lady's totally out to lunch.
Yeah.
Okay? Really, out to lunch. She's worse than Trudeau.
CSIS said there's treason. Conservatives said there's treason. NDP says there's treason. But Elizabeth May says there's no treason.
I think she needs a short walk off a short pier to correct herself. I really do.
Even the Liberals aren't even denying it, eh? They're just keeping their mouths shut.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a comment on Elizabeth May. That's got lots to do. The reason why she came out and said that is she's part of the coalition, the Liberal NDP coalition.
Yeah.
And Trudeau said today that the baby boomers' houses need to be taxed because there's too big of square footage for old people to be living in such a large home.
The lady's insane.
Well, that's Trudeau said that today. So they're kind of working in tandem and working in coalition or
together. Trudeau wants that too.
Yeah, he said that today.
Isn't that sweet?
Well,
baby boomers' houses are too large.
Yeah, well, they can go off to jail together, and then they'll have nothing, and they won't be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm for that. I'm for that. And they won't be happy because I sure hope we can pull this off. And I think it's a matter of, hey, get people's attention.
Yeah, they'll have to put them in PC too.
Well, deep seg.
Yeah, what I mean, they won't be popular in jail is what I mean.
No, they'll be deep seg. They'll be hidden away from population and everything. Okay. Yeah. We're not gonna make up some special quarters for these motherfuckers.
No.
They're not gonna be out on the golf course.
Yeah, permanent lockdown.
Come on, people, grab a set of nuts. Okay, this is your country we're talking about here, not some festival. Okay, we live here. Okay. 9 to 5. We build this shit, okay? The roads, the buildings, everything. And you all want to give it up and sit back and do fuck all? I'm sorry, okay? Those days are done.
Yeah.
It's
And
time to get up off your asses and get it done. Sign a goddamn petition and start acting like you're a part of Canada once again, because I haven't gone anywhere. I ain't dead yet.
Yeah.
I don't
pull up
think
your
you pinched me. Am I
bootstraps.
alive still? Yeah, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In the past, mostly men, almost all men, gave up their lives to fight for the freedoms we have.
Yeah.
So if you can't even just go click, and sign a freaking petition, shame on you.
Yeah, I agree.
Shame on you. I agree.
Pull your heads out of your asses, Canadians. Let's get with it, okay? Stop fucking going to the fucking cabin every weekend. Okay? Or where was it? Stampede? We got how many people down at the Stampede? Okay, hundreds. Just forking out the dough to a bullshit thing that happens every fucking year. Okay? I mean, it's expensive as fuck. Okay? What fun do you find in that? Okay? Pull your heads out of your asses. Okay? Those that still watch the CBC. For Christ's sake. Right?
Yeah.
Defund the CBC. There's a good one for you.
Communist Broadcasting Corporation.
I was the only guy that ever kicked the CBC out of a speech, where I did it on the streets of the legislature. And Monday mornings, Mo is saying I'm a racist because I made fun of Shahab's name. Or is it Shahib? Or is it, what
Shabab.
is it? What is
Shabab.
it?
Shabab, I think.
Okay, I can't get their names straight. I just have a thing with that, okay? I mean, I'm a full-fledged Canadian. I mean, that's me, okay? I can't change who I am, especially not for some dumb fuck like Mo, okay? Because Mo was a part of the COVID-19 scam-demic. Let's not forget that. And I don't believe that Mr. Scott Moe has any mRNA DNA shit in his system. I beg to differ. That was as phony as fuck. You know, the nurse stands in front of the camera as he's getting the jab, right? You don't see it go in his arm or fuck all or nothing.
You want to know something that we found out when we did our research?
What?
Politicians were exempt from giving their vax status when they traveled.
Nice, eh? Nice privilege, eh? Nice to be privileged, eh?
Yeah.
I think that privilege part of it for politicians has made them corrupt, okay? I think them privileges should be taken away.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, except parliamentary privilege.
Our government. I think we should fix our government, okay? That the people have a say in our government again. And if it means taking these guys to jail because they broke the law, I think that would be the honest thing to do.
Well, it's certainly a first step. And then once that happens, then all those little other rats are going to jail too. All the ones that are helping them. The ones that are going around the country saying, oh, your police are fascists. Oh, your government, you don't have a constitution. The freetards, I call them. Okay, they're going to jail too because that's treason.
Yeah.
Freetard is communist propaganda. You're going to jail too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to point out, folks, that it's come down to either you're going to do your patriotic duty and you understand what "lest we forget" means, or you're going to be a spectator and it's soon to be loaded on a cattle car.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it's that simple, folks.
There you go.
Yep,
I agree 100%. Okay, guys, let's cut it there. I think we've done a good job. I think we could do this again next week. I think that would be cool.
Okay.
Let's get the numbers out there. So we're at roughly right now for numbers right now.
We're at 2,880.
Okay, let's bump them numbers, guys. Let's bump them numbers.
Do you want me to send you a copy of the QR code to tape?
Yeah, everything. Send me the link and everything, and we can get it up on a post and everything.
Okay,
let's get that message out there. So watch for that link and watch for that post. And it'll be posted in the Ruddi Bruce broadcast group and everywhere. So let's get on her. Like it's our country, right? And our
And
country is not for sale.
what we like to say is
Mm.
hashtag we
We
got this.
got this.
We got this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it happen, people.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jane
Ruddi.
Scarf and Wayne, for coming in and being a part of this broadcast. I think this is a lot of information for everybody,
Yep. Thanks
and
for
I think it's good information
And this
Yep.
was the
because it
first.
stands up.
This was
Go
the
ahead.
first petition broadcast.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's keep it going. Let's
Okay.
get them
Bye.
numbers.
Thanks, Ruddi.
Okay. Bye, Nick.
You're
Bye.
welcome,
Bruce.
guys.
Bye,
Thank you
Wayne.
so much for coming in and being a part of um, the broadcast.
Okay. Thank
Now,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, we as Canadians in this country need to pull our heads out of our asses, because if we don't, we're sleeping at the wheel, and we're going to continue to allow these atrocities. And I call them atrocities because when you see the elderly being cooped up in their old folks' homes and kept away from their loved ones and left to die alone without really understanding what the fuck is going on, right? I mean, what kind of fucking torture are they imposing on Canadians when they're next to their deathbeds? It's horrendous. And that's just the beginning. The victimless crimes they're stealing off you, whenever they can slip you up and catch you, give you that big fat ticket. Where's the victim? There's no victim. You're just passing your money on to the government. They have bamboozled us for year after year after year. And it's time you all wake the fuck up and make the change. Make it a better country. That's what this is all about. Making our country a better country for Canadians. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut that short there. And don't forget, where's that mug? You can get your mug.
Right here. Right.
You can get your mug.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
There you go.
The Ruddi Bruce broadcast mug by donating $35.
Show it over here on this camera.
Oh, yeah. By donating $35, you can get the Ruddi Bruce broadcast mug, or you can get the Ruddi Bruce broadcast pen for $20. Sending in a donation of $20, you get this beautiful pen. And make sure you send me your address and stuff. Get a hold of me in Messenger. Make sure I have your address, okay? And you can send in that e-transfer to. I'll put this up on the screen. And you can send in an e-transfer to me at ruddybruce@gmail.com. And there it is. And voila. Okay. So there's my email. I just posted it into the comments there. ruddybruce@gmail. Oh, sorry, Gmail. It says mail. No, Gmail. Gmail, not mail. Just put a G in front of that. Anyway, you'll get your mug sent out to your pen. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, next one is Monday, 6 o'clock. Don't be late. And we will be back and give you some more updates as to this petition and the whole 9 yards. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We got to make a big push on this petition. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just getting the word out there, and thanks for joining. We'll see you on Monday, 6.